Alright, so yesterday UB released the patch notes for update 2.10, which should be dropping tomorrow, and this patch was more than just a few bug fixes. There's some pretty interesting things included this time around. There's the changes to Raider, the changes to Stamina, Deflects are mentioned, and I'll try to get to all of that pretty quickly, so let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the Raider changes. So starting from the top, we've got some changes to Stunning Tap. His damage has been decreased from 18 to 15, which is something that a bunch of people were asking for. 18 damage felt like just a bit too much, and a drop to 15 is fine. The next change was to the indicator for Stunning Tap. So the indicator won't be shown for the first 100 milliseconds of the attack to prevent flicker. So on the dodge Stunning Tap, there was a bit of flicker during the start of the attack. After this patch goes live, it shouldn't be an issue anymore. UB says that they see Stunning Tap is working properly for opening up opponents, so they toned down the reward a bit. Also, with the stamina changes that I'll talk about here in a little bit, the Stunning Tap will now deal a set 30 stamina damage rather than setting his opponent at 20. Another welcome change, and while we're here, his follow-up knee after wall splat will now do a set 40 stamina damage. Next up, Raider's back dodge and side dodge no longer branches to guard break. We all knew something was coming, and here it is. Dodge guard break on side and back dodges are being removed. UB says that removing dodge guard break was something that they wanted to do when they released his improvements, but they wanted to see if Raider was good enough at opening up his opponents first. I'm just glad the move is gone. It'll make Raider a bit more tolerable to go up against. Moving on to those stamina changes, so we talked about this a while back, but the stamina changes are going live. So when you're out of stamina, your stamina can no longer be drained, so attacking, getting parried, or getting hit by attacks that drain stamina will no longer take away from your stamina, but instead pause its regeneration. On top of this, a few of the moves that set your stamina to 20 will now have stamina damage values. So with the Stunning Tap, it'll do 30 stamina damage, and the knee will do 40. Valkyrie's sidelight finishers will now do 80 stamina damage. When Warlord slams his opponent into a wall during his crashing charge, he'll deal 60 stamina damage. Lawbringer's top heavy will deal 50 stam damage, the second top heavy will deal 60, and the top heavy finisher will now deal 80 stamina damage. Blind Justice and Light Riposte will deal 15 damage now. Now on to the Warlord and Shaman changes. So both of these heroes have had their throw distances reduced a bit. UB says that Warlord's throw distance had allowed fairly easy access to ledging and wall splatting. By slightly reducing how far and how long the throw can go, it'll slightly reduce its efficiency while still allowing his throw to be dangerous. And for Shaman, they say that her throw distance was very high in all directions. The change will reduce her efficiency when ledging or wall splatting, while still allowing her to connect her throw follow-ups. I didn't see these changes coming. It never really made sense to me how Shaman could throw people so far, but Warlord's always sort of made sense to me. I think these changes will be felt a bit, but they aren't going to completely destroy these throws. Warlord will still be able to wall splat and ledge people, just not from as far as before. And Shaman's throw wasn't hit terribly hard. I mean, she can still follow up, which is good, so it shouldn't change much. Next are a few bug fixes, one affecting side deflects. So they fix a regression that caused side deflects to be very hard to perform. This has been corrected, and side dodges should behave in the same way they were before this bug was introduced in Season 9 Title Update 2. So side deflects should be a bit easier to pull off now, and I believe dodging things may be a bit harder now. This isn't going to make side deflects extremely easy to pull off or anything, but if you time it right, you won't just glide on through attacks. There was also a bug fix for Revenge. It reduced an occurrence of an issue that caused some players to sometimes notice that the Revenge isn't building up in situations where it should. UB says that they found one instance of the issue, but they're aware that there are still a few issues with Revenge Gain. They're currently working on a more global solution to make sure that Revenge Gain is consistent in all situations. That update will be released in a future major update. So basically there are still some issues with Revenge, but now there's one less thing that will cause us not to gain Revenge while being ganked. And finally, there's a few small changes to customizations. Emblems will be allowed to be shown off on more armor parts, and there will be more neutral colors included in the attacker and defender color swatches, which are just nice quality of life changes. And that's just about most of it. There are a bunch of other bug fixes and whatnot, but I wanted to talk about the things that caught my eye. I'm not going to go super deep into anything today, as the patch should be here on the 6th tomorrow. So I just wanted to get my hands on it first and then tell you how I feel about it and whatnot. Also, tomorrow is the Warriors Den, so maybe we'll hear something about what they're going to be showing off at E3. Who knows? I'm hoping for some sort of teaser or something at least. Anyways, that's all I've got for this video. I'm not going to harp on about these changes for too long as they come out tomorrow. As usual though, I do want to hear what you guys think, so talk to me down in the comments about anything we talked about in this video. And as always, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.